We are all itching to travel, so how about a trip that's out of this world, literally? If you have the means, you can book a trip to the International Space Station. I chatted with Roman Chiporukha with Roman and Erica to see how the ultra-rich are planning their post-COVID vacations. Roman, it's so great to have you here on Great Day, Washington.
Thank you for having me.
There's been a lot of talk in the news lately about space travel, and it seems like it was so far away, pun intended, for so long. But what is the current status of space travel? Where is it going? What are you seeing?
Space travel is terribly exciting. We've helped bring a client for the 10-day mission to the International Space Station, and the client will be going up there to live on the space station for 10 days. And that requires about 4.5 months of training, which takes place between Houston and the Johnson Space Center, Germany, and Russia. And the reason we were able to facilitate that is we've been working with the ultra high net worth for nearly 2 decades now. And I think quarantine and COVID has really given people an opportunity to reflect on the things that they want to accomplish. And what's important to remember is people are really interested in doing truly enriching experiences. And for some, that may mean chartering a boat that they haven't been able to do in the past. And for others, that means going to space.
Yeah, we kind of took some of that time for granted, and now people really want to have that experience that they thought they would never have. For here in the Great Day office, we're kind of torn. Like, I would say, this is great. Going to space would be awesome. Ellen, my co-host, not so sure. So we're kind of divided. What about those out there that you're seeing that maybe want the experience but don't want to shoot up in a rocket?
The landscape of private space flight is extremely diverse. I've actually spent the last 4 weeks developing an infographic which allows me to almost have a comparative index of what's out there. So if you think of the Kármán line, which is the line that separates us from space, there are a lot of things that you can do on this planet, like analog missions that replicate a lunar or Martian experience, and you can do that in Hawaii. You can get on a zero gravity flight where you're flying in parabolas, which is kind of like aerobatic maneuvers like so, which give you a sense of zero gravity. You can do astronaut training in the Netherlands. You can try centrifuge training that will replicate certain Mach 2, 3, or 4 environments where you're spinning around like this. So you don't necessarily need to leave this Earth to feel like an astronaut. You could even get custom fitted for your own spacesuit. So there's a lot of different opportunities for you before you fly on a suborbital or orbital flight. So rest assured, there's plenty of things to do for you and your co-host.
I love it. Oh gosh, that sounds so exciting. I mean, it's just so fascinating how far we've come. What you're seeing with this post-pandemic, you kind of alluded to it, but what are the ultra wealthy thinking of? What are some of the hot spots that they're looking at to when we get back to living life as we know it?
Well, first of all, I think people are really focused on traveling with their friends and family, people that they haven't seen in a long time. So they're booking longer trips, larger accommodations. For example, Hotel du Cap in the south of France is fully committed for the summer. And what they're seeing is the requests for 1-bedroom suites have expanded to 3-bedroom suites or villas. Right now, people are really looking at places like Costa Rica, Hawaii, the island of Mystique, and people are looking to get away. And the other interesting thing is that people are hoping for a dream, but planning for a reality. And what that means is if you're used to going to the Mediterranean and chartering a boat, now people are looking to maybe charter a boat in the Northeast and go to Martha's Vineyard or Elizabeth Islands or Nantucket. So they're still hopeful that they can get to the Mediterranean, but if not, they'll be equally as happy. And they haven't done the Northeast.
Right. Doing something that on the surface may not seem as exotic, but it's just going to be just as amazing because it's something you haven't done before. How are their plans, these ultra wealthy people that are planning to travel, how are they affecting hotels and everything for us everyday people?
Oh boy, book now, book early, make sure that you have flexible cancellation policies because everyone's itching to get out. Everyone's looking for a truly enriching and unique experience. And all of those bucket list trips that people have considered in the past have become the trips of now because we don't know when the next quarantine will happen. We don't know when we'll be locked up. So the client that wanted to fly his helicopter across the United States and was looking forward to the future is doing that today. That incredible ski trip with your friends that you were looking to do, that's happening now. So it's interesting. People that were thinking of going out to the warm weather in the summer are now thinking of potentially going to ski in Chile. So everyone's open and being fluid and are excited to experiment in their travels
We're
and
living
really
every
seize
day
the
to the
moment.
fullest, Roman. That's what we got to do.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It's so fascinating talking about space travel and how far we've come. It was so great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.